the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere, and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Well, you've got to say the Nerazzurri certainly know how to create an atmosphere. 80,000 here in black and blue. The dress code is a strict one. So straight into the action. Brilliantly cut out. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Zielinski. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, Italy is the country of great defenders, Peter, and this fella, Alessandro Bastoni, looks very much in line to be its latest representative. I think being an Italian defender, we all know he's very much from the school of no-nonsense, but I really like his technique, and again, he's one of these centre-backs or defenders who can get his head up and just pick out a wonderful pass, 40, 50, 60 yards.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. That has been knocked clear. Oh, there's a probing ball. Tries to pass it through. Cutrone receives it in a wide position. And this is Keita. Bastoni.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
Zielinski tries to play it through. That is a brilliant interception. Nicely aimed pass. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Keita. He is through here. Picked out brilliantly. Pinches it off him. Diouf making good progress on the right-hand side. Now it's Barella. Barella unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Keita. Zielinski gets a foot in here. Now it's Cutrone. He's a sharp little ball here. Bastoni. And it's Zielinski. Zielinski. He's had a shot!
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it.
He's having a shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Goes for a shot! Oh, it's a beauty! That is a gem! An absolute gem! Half-time imminent! What a time to score! That is simply terrific, finished with beautiful deftness.
Well, he had time to weigh up the fact that the keeper was vulnerable, and he duly lobbed him.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now, and the other has to tone it down.
Zielinski shoots! That's a lovely, neat pass. And for the first half, that is that. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Inter Milan currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and They'll come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Inter really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Sucic. And it's Zielinski. And it's Keita. He's picked his way through. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. DiMarco. Pressing high and with purpose. Inter Milan still behind thanks to that solitary strike. And the return pass. Now it's Cutrone. What are you thinking?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
Well, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 94. Lascia il campo per il numero 14.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper. DiMarco. DiMarco making good progress. And here's Zielinski. And here's Lautaro Martinez.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
There's the shot! And that's a tidy finish. Right back in it. Almost no time remaining. Game still on. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Inter really will be annoyed. They failed to make anything of their lead, and it's so typical that this happens.
And smartly reclaimed. Great vision. And the shot! And that's a good finish. And they get themselves in front! Simplicity itself.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 32.
Inter Milan have turned to their bench, and we're going to have a substitution. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Bumps him off it and wins back the ball.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
And it's Zielinski. He's found a way past. Well, that pass isn't the best. And here's Lautaro Martinez. The final moments of a game that has been pretty compelling overall.
Yeah, it's not looking good, Peter. Never say never, though.
Juve. Looking for a runner. And that pass just didn't quite work. Pessina. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 8. Numero 7. Lasciano il campo per il numero 20. Il numero 16.
Now it's Cutrone. Goes looking wide. It's a promising position. Look at this. Can he finish? And no mistake. And surely now, the result's beyond doubt. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. Oh, they can break here. Can he get on the end of this? Well, he's hit it long, but astray. Now it's Cutrone. It's Cutrone! Yes! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. Pressure? What pressure? He feels none of it.
Well, at one stage, he was being body-checked, Peter, and then the next minute, it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
And time is up. Inter Milan have very little in the way of excuses here, simply having no answer to a display that was stunning, scintillating. There was to be